What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. What's going on? Um, Let me know if you can hear me, guys. What's going on, Elliot? Cannot complain, my man. Everything is blessed. I'm very well. I hope you are too. Um, so, guys, we have a I have a really good show planned for you today. Um, As you can see, the topic of today's show is about bestsellers, and we're going to go in depth about bestsellers. And I want to share with you all why I always find bestsellers to be the worst options for most people. Okay, so yeah, hope you all like that topic. As you all know, I'm someone that really likes to avoid smelling common, smelling like everyone else. So it's really important that um, it's important for me to talk about this topic. So, but yeah, just to again confirm, does everyone hear me okay? Do I sound all right? Please let me know, guys. What's going on, WSF? Hope you're well. Cannot complain. I'm doing very blessed, man. Thank you so much for asking. Cannot complain at all. Uh, Jacob, I have no idea what you mean by that. um, no idea at all. Loud and clear. Thank you so much, WSF. Chanel's Paris Edinburgh. Really like that one. What's going on, Daniel? Yes, I tried Edinburgh and I tried Paris and I really thought it was really a beautiful, clean fragrance. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate that you can hear that. They are made to be proud. Yes, bestsellers are obviously going to be those those crowd pleasing fragrances. But honestly, guys, you can please a crowd without smelling common. You can easily please a crowd without smelling common. What's going on, young Gunner? What's up, chat? Yes. I hope everyone's doing well. Um, yeah, I guess we can get into this and see what's going on. So as you can see, guys, I have a new setup. Um, no more using my iPhone solely as a. I'm so glad you all can hear me well. Um, any thoughts on the Navitus line? Oof. I always share my thoughts, but not right now. um, but yeah, as you can see, guys, I have a new setup. Uh, I went and did some investing on some equipment, on some hardware to make these live streams a lot more engaging, a lot better looking, a lot better sounding. And yeah, I'm really excited as to doing these more often and how these will be going forward. I think this is a really cool setup, and I'm really excited to be doing this. So let's get into this, guys. So what I wanted to talk about is bestsellers, right? So I work in Bergdorf Goodman. Before Bergdorf Goodman, I managed the Atelier Cologne flagship store in Nolita in New York City. And I constantly get asked a very common question by most people. And that question is, what's your bestseller? Oh no. And I gotta tell you guys, I hate that question. Not because it's a bad question. I mean, it makes sense that someone would want to know what sells a lot. But typically people want to ask that question because they don't trust their taste. They don't believe, well, they believe that if a lot of people love it, it must be good. It has to be good since so many people are buying this best-selling scent or this bestseller. But that's usually not I guess you could say, a best-selling fragrance is not a gauge for a great perfume. You know, just to give you an idea, very few bestsellers are the best quality that you can get. Very few bestsellers are best for you. You know, I don't really think of anything that I would consider a bestseller that's a must-have in reality. But we're conditioned to wanting what everyone else wants or what everyone else has. And I got to tell you, when it comes to fragrance, that is such a want mindset to have. I got to tell you. Why? Because perfume is so much more interesting. It's so much more personal. Your fragrance says so much about you. It's a form of unspoken communication when you wear a fragrance. And when you wear a bestseller, you don't really communicate much, but that you're a follower. That's literally what you're communicating. Everyone likes it, so I bought it, you know? And I don't know. I just feel like that's such an unfortunate way to view a fragrance. We basically become like a billboard for what other people think is good for us. And honestly, I just don't think that's a smart way to go about your fragrance journey. I think your fragrance journey should be your journey, not the journey of millions of people before you and you're just following what they're doing and following in their footsteps. Your journey should be yours. And trusting your taste and believing that what you're wearing smells good and just believing that what you like is good enough for you, that's a big deal. And that's, I think, a mindset that I would like to get a lot of my audience to start focusing their mind on. I don't want you to feel like you have to fall in line with what everyone else likes. I think that's so limiting, you know. Just to give you a quick little story, guys, I get this a lot also at Bergdorf, at every store I've ever worked at when I've sold a perfume. Imagine two people, could be a friend, could be a couple, could be boyfriend, girlfriend, could be two homegirls, two dudes, friends, two people, even more, three people. I always have this scenario happen to me all the time. People will come to the store and they'll bring someone who they think can help them make their choice with their fragrance. Very rarely do I see this with other things, you know. Well, I can't say that. I usually see a lot of times people will ask their friend to come along with them to choose an outfit, right? That happens all the time. But what I also find is weird is that I've showed a fragrance to a person and they love it. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I must have it. What is in this? Like, tell me about it, please. And then you'll go into this long spiel. This is this and this and that. And then when they let their friend or their girlfriend or their boyfriend or their parent or whoever else who they're with, when they let their company smell that fragrance that they love so much, the company they're with just doesn't get it. They don't like it. They're like, I don't think this is for you. Now, that couldn't be a friend of mine, because if you tell me that what I like isn't good for me, I'm going to tell you to go, you know what, you know? I'm going to honestly be like, you have crap taste, you know, because I trust my nose, you know, I trust my nose. So if I smell something and I like it and the person I'm with says, I don't know, I don't think that's for you, I wouldn't listen to that person because I like it, you know, it's something that I enjoy. So when I see that happen, and I see that happen over and over and over again, where a person is considering a fragrance and they're allowing their company to make their decision, I don't get that. I really don't get that. It's not going on your friend's skin, it's going on yours. Why do we allow other people to dictate how we smell? That's the issue that I have with bestsellers. Because when you wear a bestseller, you're basically letting someone else choose how you smell. You're not choosing for yourself. you know. And the other mistake that we often make is that we think that what smells good on others is going to automatically smell good on us. That is not the case. Rarely is that the case. Most of the time, what smells good on other people smells good on them, you know. Everyone's skin chemistry is different. Everyone's oils in our skins are different. Everyone has a unique skin chemistry to them. Everyone has a unique scent on their skin that's theirs. It's like a thumbprint, a fingerprint. Everyone has their own unique essence. And honestly, not every fragrance agrees with your essence. It just doesn't. Some fragrances think your essence is crap, and they don't like your essence, and they smell bad on your essence, and you're just smelling crazy. But it smells good on others, so why doesn't it smell good on you? That's just how it is. That's just life. That's fragrance for you. So I find that when I'm helping other people and they're with company, it's funny to experience like trying to assist someone when they are with people who are overly opinionated about someone else's purchase. It's so sad to me. I got to tell you, I just think it's sad. I just think it's ridiculous. Let's see. I recently fell for the hype and brought Bois Imperial, supposed to smell like Ganymede. I never understood how to say that properly. I never watched the review for it. So don't get it, to be honest. Doesn't move me at all. I get you, my man. Bois Imperial is a really good fragrance. I also like the fact that Bois Imperial gives you a good quality smell that's woody, and you're not going to break the bank to smell nice. So I appreciate that. And I don't also think it's a copy of Ganymede at all. I think they came out around the same time. So it would be really hard to copy that fragrance when they came out similar times. But I really do find that Bois Imperial, it's a great scent to me. It smells good to me, I think. But I can understand if it's not your thing. Why don't you like it? I do understand, though, that there's a lot of hype. I find it fascinating. Do I think that fragrance is worth the hype? I kind of do, because it's not bad. And it's really, really good for the price point, for sure. But I can understand if it's not worthy and it's not working on you. That makes tons of sense, trust me. I used to get that a lot back when I sold shoes. My counter would always be, "I'll show you, but what do you like in a shoe?" Exactly. Like when I'm trying to help a person pick a fragrance and their company is interjecting, it's almost like they're cock blocking. Like they're not wanting you to smell as good as they are smelling. So it's like they want to kind of like steer you in the direction of a lesser fragrance, so like they can smell amazing. And then another part of it is that a lot of times the people that you choose to go fragrance shopping with you, they just don't have good taste. It's so deep that a lot of us depend on the taste of people with no taste for what we put on our skin. Mind-blowingly strange, guys. Never could understand that. Why? Why do we do that? Why do we trust the taste of people who have no taste? You know, who don't, it's not that people don't have good taste, it's that, you know, you're the fragrance enthusiast. Your company should be getting your opinion about a fragrance for them. But I find it fascinating where a person will come and shop for a fragrance and then depend on the taste of someone who basically buys fragrances from Sephora. And you're buying a niche perfume and they're telling you you don't smell great. Of course they think you don't smell great because they're used to Velveeta and you're into stinky cheese. And let's be honest, stinky cheese is way better than Velveeta. I just find that extremely hilarious. personally, I do like the stinky stuff, you know. I mean, if I'm gonna eat cheese, I want it to be that old school Gouda. I want that. I want it to be aged. I want it to have a dankness to it, and I want you to smell it. And if you didn't know it was cheese, you go, "Whoa, who smells? What is that?" That's the type of cheese that's the good cheese to eat. But most people who are not into cheese or don't have good taste in cheese, they think American cheese is the best cheese to consider, and it's far from, right? So why do we constantly depend on the taste of people who prefer Velveeta over Gouda? Makes no sense to me. I have a lot of stuff. This is a great comment. I have a lot of stuff, but only wear the stuff my wife likes around her. You're a smart guy. You're brilliant. Like, you are a very smart man. Happy wife, happy life. It's a fact. It's a very, very true statement. And on top of that, it's also a form of being considerate and decent, because at the end of the day, she has to be the one that smells you. You know, she has to smell you more than anyone else. So it's awesome that you are so thoughtful and considerate of other people in that way. I can't wear stuff she doesn't like. Otherwise, it's a rough day. You know, happy life, happy wife, happy wife, happy life. You know, and also happy wife and a less expensive life. Yeah, because divorce is expensive. To this day, Dior Homme Intense is still king to me. That fragrance is so classy. Absolutely. Dior Homme Intense, an amazing fragrance. Interestingly enough, Dior Homme Intense, for a hot second, was considered a top-selling fragrance, but not for long. It was always appreciated, I think, by the fragrance community or fragrance enthusiasts, but Dior Homme Intense was an amazing scent that a lot of men avoided. I think a lot of women would have worn it more than men, and it was marketed to men, so a lot of women skipped it or didn't get an opportunity to smell it to know it was something they could wear. I mean, it literally smells like lipstick and vanilla. How does that fragrance not work on a woman? I mean, it's clearly a fragrance that anyone can wear. But yeah, that's just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Although I have to say, I really do dig the Parfum a lot more. I think the Parfum is the best Dior Homme. In my opinion, it's the Dior Homme that, yeah, it's insanity. I love Dior Homme Parfum. But still, great fragrance. So yeah, that was an issue where I see people all the time choosing bestsellers and all they do is smell the same. So one of the things that I also find fascinating, oh, let me show you guys. Now, we're obviously we're talking about bestsellers, and the bestsellers we're talking about, as you can see, these are some of the bestsellers that a lot of people are wearing right now. And obviously, what are they? Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage by Dior, Santal 33, which literally smells like every train in New York City right now. Baccarat Rouge smells like every elevator in New York right now. And Tom Ford's Ombre Leather smells like every club or bar in New York right now. All 5 fragrances, great, beautiful scents. Now, do I think all 5 of those fragrances are worthy of my attention? Yes. I mean, I think they're all worthy of anyone's attention, especially when they first came out. And to be honest with you, Ombre Leather came out when Tuscan Leather dropped. So yeah, that fragrance is, yeah. But yeah, these are all perfumes that are extremely beautiful, extremely well done, very easy to wear, very easy to like. But all of these fragrances smell like everyone you know. Everyone you know. Every one of you knows someone who owns one of those 5 fragrances. Every one of you. And how does that happen? Like, how does it happen where there are thousands and thousands and thousands of perfume options, and yet the 5 that you see here are the ones that most people just end up considering? How does that happen? It happens in a lot of ways. It happens because of shopping. It happens because of associates. Associates in stores, they like to sell things that people love. They want to sell what people like. And what happens is that you end up selling the same fragrance to every single person. Insanity. So yeah, those are fragrances that I love. And I got to tell you, like I have a couple of them here. So some bestsellers that I own, I wanted to share with you. So I own Sauvage. I also own Sauvage Parfum, Eau de Parfum. I own 3 Sauvages. And that's when the Elixir came out, and I was like, not trying that, not doing it, not buying that fragrance. And I would never pay close to $200 for a Sauvage. I don't care if it was Elixir Intense. I don't care what Sauvage version comes out. I am not buying that bottle for close to $200. I couldn't. Why would you spend $200 to smell like Sauvage? Why would you do that? Very weird. Another bestseller that I love and own. Okay, you guys know Bleu de Chanel, but the Parfum version, the best version in my opinion. Although I kind of do like the Eau de Parfum because it's a fresher option. And to me, Bleu de Chanel Parfum smells like so many powdery. Well, I shouldn't say that because I think this was, like, in my opinion, one of the first ones to do that. And then every brand started copying Chanel, which usually happens. Brands love copying Chanel. That fragrance is the powderiest of the Bleu de Chanel line. And I have to tell you, I really dig it. But it does give you, deodorant vibes, I gotta say. Another bestseller that I own many bestsellers, guys, and I'm not gonna show them all to you, but I wanted you to see a couple that I do wear and I do like. This is Wanted by Night, Azzaro. Fascinating. Azzaro does very, very well globally, and it has a lot to do with this fragrance. It has a lot to do with this line of fragrances, and I kind of really dig how that looks in the light. That's kind of nice. Really, really cool. Anyway, Azzaro Wanted by Night. I really dig this scent. It's very peppery, very, like, out of all of the bestsellers that I have right here, why? I don't know why I bought why. I really don't know why I bought why. I really don't get it. Like, why Eau de Parfum? Would I have bought this? Look at how full this bottle is. I don't know if you guys can see. I never wear this. I never wear this. Ever. Actually, I've worn it I rarely wear this fragrance. This is one of those bottles that became like an air freshener. When I would smell it, I would just spray it, but I wouldn't want to wear it. And I really don't know why I bought why. Makes no sense. Also because I bought the original. I'm a reviewer, so I should be buying these things just to be aware of them, yes. But I didn't have to buy this bottle to be aware of it because it's literally everywhere. And I could smell it on a lot of dudes, especially in New York, and especially when they're under 30. This fragrance, I think, just screams to a lot of guys under 30, buy me. This is a best-selling fragrance. Don't dig it like that. Out of all of those best-selling scents that I just held to the camera, this probably is my favorite because it's the least obvious and the least done by other brands out of all of the 3 out of the 4 fragrances that I showed you. So I like this. I like Azzaro Wanted by Night. I didn't wear too much of it though, but I do like the fragrance. It's pretty nice. Like, that's how much I got through that. I own a lot of bottles, guys, so it takes me a lot of time to get through fragrances. I did put a dent in this Bleu de Chanel, though. But I gotta tell you guys, I don't know why. I bought why. Oh no, that was one of the worst decisions I've made in fragrance. Purchasing things blindly. I really don't know what I was thinking. I would probably want to give this to one of my YouTube audience members. I might end up doing that. I have so many bottles, guys, that I don't wear. I think I might just start giving some things away. You know, yeah. I'm gonna give back to my audience because you guys have given me so much. So I'm gonna work that out. I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna grab a few bottles that I don't wear as much that I think are great, that I think should go somewhere where people will appreciate them, and then I'll just let you guys know what to do to get it or to get it. And yeah, I'll probably just end up offering you those bottles because, guys, there's some fragrances that I own that I just ignore. I just can't do it. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, Luca Turin had some strong words for Azara Wanted. Yeah, I can imagine he would. But Luca Turin had a lot of weird things to say about a lot of things, to be honest, Ricky. So I don't really take Luca too seriously. I feel like Luca has a nose for what he likes, but I don't think his taste is that amazing, personally speaking, because there are a lot of great fragrances that I think he like crapped on, and there's a lot of not so great fragrances, in my opinion, based on my taste, that he puts on pedestals. So, Luca Turin, take it with a grain of salt. YSLY, YSLY is so generic to me. Not a fan at all. Completely understand why you're not into it. It is not a bad fragrance though, but it's just like, why are you gonna spend a lot of money to smell like a drugstore soap? I just don't understand, you know? And see, this is what I mean by we just get into a place where we just follow the leader. Somebody told, well, not even somebody, it's YSL. Yves Saint Laurent is a brand that everyone knows and loves. And if you don't know them, you will know about them at some point. Yves Saint Laurent is a brand that when they create something, it's going to make a huge impact, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. This fragrance could have literally been seaweed and water, and millions of people would have liked the scent. Millions of people would have liked the scent only because it says YSL on it. You know, so that's how a lot of these fragrances become top scents. They're just basically people who are just following the trend. So did a lot of people go out to a store and say, yeah, I need a new fragrance. I wonder what Y by YSL smells like. Yeah, it smells like shower gel and basicness in a bottle. But does it smell nice? Yes, it smells very nice. Is it impressive? No, at all. But yeah, guys, buying a bestseller, it just always limits us. It limits us in so many different ways. So I want to encourage you all to get away from that. Get away from the bestsellers. Focus on fragrances that allow you to create scent memories that are associated with you only. I got to tell you guys, you wear Bleu de Chanel, you wear Sauvage, you're smelling like so many people's ex. You're smelling like so many people's dad. You're smelling like a lot of people in other people's worlds. You're smelling like a lot of people, period. Why? When you don't have to. Is it a safe choice? Yeah, it is. These are two fragrances that you're gonna wear that are gonna smell nice, that are gonna smell good to most people who smell it on you. And yes, a couple of people might walk up to you and say, wow, you smell great. But they're gonna say that to they're gonna smell this and they're gonna say the same thing or feel the same thing when a lot of other people wear it. Why fragrances like this don't work on me, work for me at this point in my life, work for me at this point in my fragrance journey? This smells like every ex, every woman or man has had. This right here. And that's why I don't want it. That's why I'm not into it. That's why I don't wear it as much. This was my first bottle of Sauvage. Look at how full that bottle is. I mean, I don't know if you could see that, but you're smelling like an ex. And it's just not worth it. Let me also show you something, guys, that I found very, very fascinating. So I want to share with you all a screenshot. And this is fascinating stuff. This is really fascinating stuff. So I want to talk to you and show you all how we become clones of each other. So we become clones of each other because of websites that we all know and love. So I want to share with you guys Neiman Marcus. I have Neiman Marcus, Saks, Bloomingdale's, and Macy's. All 4 websites allow you to search fragrances based on the bestseller. And I wanted you to notice something from all of these sites. Now, again, Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's, and Macy's represent a huge chunk of retail power in this country when it comes to fragrance, especially niche perfumes. These 4 brands, these 4 department stores sell millions of dollars worth of perfume every year. And I want you to notice something. So let's start with Neiman. Neiman Marcus. Look at the fragrances that are in the top selling position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MFK. And out of the 6 MFK, 5 of them are Baccarat Rouge. That is insane to me. Baccarat Rouge, but that's not all. Let's go to Saks. Look at the top 3 bestsellers at Saks. Baccarat Rouge. Let's go to Bloomingdale's. Bestsellers. #1 fragrances at Bloomingdale's. Baccarat Rouge, but not just Baccarat Rouge in every SKU, in every size. Like, this is crazy, 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 crazy. Like, and I understand why it's a top selling fragrance. It is a legend fragrance. It's well done. Let's look at what Macy's is selling as top sellers. Okay, so now, of course, Macy's is more designer, not as much niche. So you get Miss Dior, Coco Mademoiselle, J'adore by Dior, right? I was kind of shocked by this. Estee Lauder's Magnolia. I was like, okay, Estee Lauder, Pleasure is Romantic. That's like my mom buying, that's like millions of moms buying Pleasure and Beautiful. That's just fascinating to me. But then as we go further down, of course, you know, Coco Mademoiselle. But look, for men, the top best-selling fragrance for gentlemen, Dior Sauvage. And not just the Dior Sauvage, but Dior Sauvage in every single iteration, right? And then, of course, Bleu de Chanel. Bleu de Chanel, Bleu de Chanel, Bleu de Chanel. Again, I'm finding this kind of deep. But of course, this is Macy's. But again, Dior. You notice it's usually the same name brands. That's what's so fascinating to me. Lancôme, Valentino. And also check out something, guys. I want you to notice something. Ladies, pay attention to something. This is what companies that sell perfumes think about you. They think that you can only appreciate perfumes when it's in a pink juice. When it's done in a pink juice. Look at all the top selling female fragrances. Pink is involved. Pink, 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 pink boxes, pink boxes, pink, pink, pink. Ooh, Donna Karan, not doing pink. Shaka. But check it out, going down. Pink, 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 pink. Pink, like pink. Oh man, I mean, I just don't get it. And then of course, Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. basically I kind of like that scent though. But it's kind of like the female version of Y by YSL. And a real, like, I guess you could say a real, like, subpar version of Scandal. Not Scandal. What's the Dior scent? I can't remember. But it was a Dior fragrance for women. But again, look at all this pink stuff. It's weird to me. Okay, so let's investigate further. If you go to Neiman Marcus and you go further down, look at the stuff from the niche world that is considered popular. Delina, Tuxedo, which was Kevin Samuel's favorite fragrance, one of his favorite fragrances. Rest in peace, Kev. Tom Ford's Fabulous. Baccarat again. Delina, Tom Ford, Dior, Yves Saint Laurent. Mise en Cire. Now this is interesting. Mise en Cire's For Your Love is a top seller at Neiman's, and guess what? It smells like Baccarat Rouge, but fresher. Yeah. Gentle Fluidity, another pink. Honestly, guys, look at these fragrance considerations. Look at these fragrances that are the top sellers. It's just amazing to me. Go to Saks Fifth Avenue, MFK, Creed, Bond, Le Labo, Tom Ford, Parfum de Marly, Yves Saint Laurent. Okay, again, the typicals. Now, why is this weird to me? This is Saks Fifth Avenue's website. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Saks, but they have some of the most amazing options of perfumes probably in the world. Saks Fifth Avenue in New York City is an entire floor just dedicated to fragrances on the second floor. They have some of the most interesting brands that no one knows about that make amazing niche perfumes. No one even considers them. Why? Because everyone focuses on what's popular. That's what I wanted to really share with you all. I wanted you to see, look at this. This is Bloomingdale's. Now again, Bloomingdale's is another store that has a really large selection of amazing niche fragrances, and all you see are what's expected. Mojave Ghost, Gentle Fluidity Gold, which is like a really nice take on vanilla, but it's a very basic vanilla at that. Nice vanilla, but not impressive. Beautiful, but not like wow, but it's a top seller at at Bloomingdale's. And look, in all sizes. Like, it's just fascinating to me how this works. And so, personally, I would go to a Bloomingdale's, I would go to a Saks especially, or a Neiman Marcus, and none of these top sellers would be a scent I would consider. Not because they're bad, but just because I don't want to smell like this. I don't want to smell like these same olds, you know? But I just find it so fascinating how it works, you know? It's just, to me, really, really deep. We really got to get away from that, guys. We really, really got to get away from the constant focusing on bestsellers. What I find is, personally speaking, I like to wear fragrances that are like fragrances that most people won't even think about, because, again, allowing me to stand out in a positive way, allowing me to create my own scent memories that's not associated with a past person in someone's life. I want to stand out in a positive way. And also it allows me to express me. So look at how I'm dressed today. Look at how I'm dressed today. This is like the style, the look that I chose this morning, right? If I walked out my house and I saw 10 dudes wearing the same combination of clothing, I'm gonna wanna go home and change. I'm gonna wanna go home and put on something else. Why do so many people feel comfortable walking out their house smelling like everyone else? I don't get it. So I wanna, again, help you break out of that. How do you break out of wearing bestsellers only? One, stop taking people with bad taste in fragrances with you to choose your fragrance. Don't take people with you that don't know perfume to help you choose a new fragrance for yourself. All they're going to do is dissuade you from what you love. All they're going to do is give you an opinion that that's like theirs, and it should be for them. Their opinion about what smells good or bad to them is great for them, because that way they can wear fragrances that fits their style and taste. But that's not your style and taste. Their style is not your style. Their taste is not your taste. So why follow their suggestions when you have amazing taste and you're the fragrance enthusiast? They should be following your taste and opinion, if anything, not the other way around. So yeah, I just find that so weird. What's going on, Ruth? How you doing? I got your email, Limitsu. Thank you. I'm so glad, Ruth. Please let me know. I'm definitely sending you things. Definitely. Please be patient with me. Let's see. The one brand that gets pushed hard every time I walk into Dillard's is Jimmy Choo. Do they have some type of agreement? Jimmy Choo, for men, is a really, really beautiful generic fragrance. But yeah, Jimmy Choo is a brand that, I can imagine like a lot of associates wanting to push. Jimmy Choo just makes fragrances that are just really, really easy to like, and they're very, very easy to love. Very simple, not stressing fragrances whatsoever. But do they have a agreement with Dillard's? I have no idea. I would not be surprised. It's interesting the agreements that these companies enter into with these retail partners. But just to share with you guys, ways that you can break out of wearing the bestseller. Focus on your style, focus on your lifestyle, focus on your life, focus on your climate. In your part of the world where you are, is it hot? Is it cold most of the time? Do you have 4 out of 4 seasons? Less than that? These are things that I feel are better determinants for the fragrances you should be considering. Don't be focused on the top selling fragrance. Trust your taste. If it smells good to you, regardless if it smells horrible to everyone else, wear it with pride, wear it with confidence, because it's your taste. It's like if you created a baby and the baby isn't attractive to the world, it's your baby. It's beautiful to you. And that's all that matters, because at the end of the day, it's your baby, right? The world might look at your baby and go, oh my God, like, oof, that came out of you? Or like, you made that? Like, oh gosh, like, but your view of your child is one of pride, one of love. You love your baby. Your baby could be the ugliest baby in the world, and to you, it'll be the most beautifulest creature on the planet. And I didn't mean creature because your baby's ugly. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay. But yeah, like, it's yours. So you have to have the same mindset when it comes to fragrance. Your taste is on point. And at the end of the day, if your taste isn't good enough for other people in your world, screw them. Forget them. Trust and know you smell good, and that's all that matters. That's a very, very important thing. Like, developing your confidence is so key to smelling like you and not others. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a kid, women in my life used to buy fragrances for me all throughout my youth. So I didn't buy fragrances for myself until my 20s. And when I tried to buy fragrances for myself, I didn't even know where to start. I didn't even know what to do, how to choose, how to like navigate through all the options. It was very, very like difficult for me to know what I liked. I just thought that everything smelled nice, but then what works for me? I didn't know that. And that had a lot to do with women buying fragrances for me. So I never had experience and opportunities to know what I liked and what to focus on based on my taste, And that happens to a lot of us. A lot of us men, we just wear what we're supposed to wear, not what we like. And I just want you all to start looking at fragrance in a way that's a lot more personal. You don't let people dictate how you look. You don't let people dictate how you think. At least I hope you don't. Why allow people to dictate how you smell? You know, I would suggest, every one of you, I would suggest when you buy your next fragrance, purposefully avoid the top seller. Purposefully avoid even considering the top selling designer. You don't have to spend a ton of money also, by the way, guys, to smell unique. There are tons of designer perfumes that go unrecognized, uncared about, unnoticed. And it's a shame because they're not like a high-end brand. Guys, I keep saying this over and over. There's a fragrance from Bath and Body Works that I absolutely think was amazing. It was discontinued a bunch of years ago, but it's called Mahogany Woods. It is an amazing fragrance. Would a lot of people buy that? Absolutely not. But it was an amazing fragrance. And when I wore it, I had people who wanted to know what I was wearing. It's not about the brand. It's about the scent. There are some amazing brands that are very, very unsung that can make some amazingly wow factor perfumes. So I would say, like, don't always focus on what everyone else likes. Ignore what everyone else likes, because everyone else likes it because they're, again, supposed to. They're following the leader. Be a leader, not a follower. You know, get people to want to know what you're wearing so they can smell like you. Don't want to smell like everyone else. It's not cool. Let's see. Good to see you back, long-time subscriber. Thank you so much, brother Umar J. Do you still have your bottle of Valentino Donna Absolute Noir? I picked it up a few months ago, and I agree that it is unisex. Shave-a-thon, I love Valentino Donna Absolute Noir. That was a fragrance designed for women, you know, and to be honest with you, it is insane. I'm so glad I got a bottle because I think it was discontinued. If you can get a bottle of Donna Absolute Noir by Valentino, I would suggest you guys get your nose on that. You can layer it with any of the Valentinos to give it a little bit more like dimension, but that scent alone is, wow, amazingly beautiful fragrance. Ruth, I fully agree on that. There are some many good perfumes that will be unique to you. Absolutely. Like, so many fragrances are unique, lovable, and interesting, and yet most people just go with what's popular, what sells the most, and what everyone else is wearing. So you just smell basic. And you know, it doesn't allow you to show a side of your personality that you can show with your scent. Again, fragrance is a form of nonverbal communication. And when you can communicate through your scent, why communicate? I'm a following person. I'm a follower. I follow trends. I have a basic taste. I don't really think too hard about what I'm putting on my skin. Why do you want to communicate those things? Why don't you want to communicate, I smell like a boss. I smell expensive. I smell rich. I smell upscale. I smell unique. It's a choice. Choices, guys. Choices. Oh, boy. I am so sorry if I'm sorry if my sound is not on point. Forgive me, guys. I have to figure certain things out, but thank you for sharing that, D. I appreciate you. Guys, do you hear me? Let me know if you hear me. Is my sound going in and out? Oh, no. Hey, Elliot, can you hear me, brother? I really don't get why that was the case, but yes, we do. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, why I cut it out, why I cut out previously. I hope it wasn't crazy. Was I out for long? Um, I get it. I get it. Okay, let's see. If you want a tip, search for your favorite. Let's see what Shavathon is saying. If you want a tip, search for your favorite discounter followed by the word import. It will lead you to an import site that tells you where all bottles are coming from. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I never knew that. Thanks a lot, Shavathon. Cool tip. Um, so you like MFK's Vitae Forte and all the ouds, huh, Daniel? I gotta tell you, I really dig the ouds also. I think all of the ouds from MFK are on point. Most people usually go with oud satin mood, but I find like oud silk mood to be the most authentic of the three, the most interesting of the three. But oud satin mood is easily the most attractive or the most appealing of the three, without question. Um, I had a chance to get my nose on Gentle Fluidity Silver and fell in love at first sniff. Brother, Young Gunner, 100%. I tried Gentle Fluidity Silver and I was shocked how great I liked it. It was really attractive to my nose too. We're definitely in the same boat. Really beautiful stuff. I've never seen someone this, oh, I've never seen someone this long without checking comments and sound. Call Guinness. I don't know what you mean, D Jones. Oh boy. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah. um, Daniel. Mm, ah, Daniel. I think MFK has been pretty static for a while. It's clear to me that that Francis Kurjan is looking to create bestsellers and not art. I imagine Dior is going to suffer from that too. Well, Dior is definitely not going to suffer from bestsellers at all. That's actually what Dior wants. That's what they look for. That's what they care about, more than anything, you know. Dior stopped focusing on creating art in their perfumes um, when they stopped making fragrances in-house. um, I just find that fascinating. Okay, thank you. Yes, sir. Emitsu, I Emitsu, I really can't stop buying fragrance. At the moment, I have 130 bottles, and there are more I want, but this is making me have panic attacks. How do I stop? Okay, Marty, please, 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 please check out my episode 9 live stream where I talked about fragrance and addiction. Actually, I think it was 8 or 9. Just check out my live that I did at Bergdorf a couple of lives ago, and I think you'll get a ton of information from it. I was once in your boat. I know what you're going through. I know what it feels like to feel like, oh my God, I'm losing control. And it's so easy as human beings for us to go down a road and then stay on that road without recognizing we're on that road. I just want you to know that it's really going to take some effort, some behavioral changes on your part. I would try to tell you really quick if you're really trying to, like, just briefly, if you're really, really trying to overcome a fragrance addiction, I have a couple of tips. But definitely go back and watch that video. But just real quickly while you're here, I'll let you know. One thing you want to do, stop buying fragrances online. If you can't try it in person and wear it in person and put it on your skin, you don't need it. If you are buying fragrances online, immediately stop. Stop blind buying. Stop buying fragrances online. Not only that, but don't add any fragrance to your collection unless you've taken a fragrance out of your collection. The only way you add new things is to move forward from old things. That will also help. Another thing, appreciate what you have. Learn to appreciate the 130 bottles that you own. That's a lot of bottles. And there are probably so many amazing fragrances in that collection of 130 fragrances that are so beautiful and amazing that a collector like me wishes that he or she had. So you have probably some of the most beautiful scents already. You don't need more. You really don't need more. You don't need more. And you especially don't need more until you finished the things you own. Find ways to use those things. Enjoy those things. Don't save your favorite fragrances for special moments. Wear your favorite fragrances and enjoy them. Live in them. Wear them to the store. Wear them to do laundry. Wear your fragrances to talk to friends on the phone. Wear your fragrances. The more you just keep things and like this, I gotta only wear it on a special occasion. When you get into that mindset, what happens is your favorite fragrances just end up gathering dust. Wear your perfumes. It's not easy to get away from the fragrance addiction, but it's doable. And another thing, stop watching YouTube videos about perfumes, about stop watching top 10 lists. That'll help you also. I hope this works for you, Marty, but I understand what you're going through, and honestly, you can easily get away from it. It just takes a little bit of behavioral changes, as I mentioned, and some effort. But let us know how you're doing. We will definitely, I am part of a community that I think is some of the best people in the fragrance world. I think my community is top notch, great people. Communicate in the comment section and ask for other advice. And I'm sure a lot of us who've gone through what you're going through can give you some other tools and tips to help you avoid losing yourself in this collection passion journey that we're all on. How to stop? Just stop. I'm just playing. It's a lot more complicated than that. Check out my video on the last couple of streams. Take the advice that I offered you just now, and I think you'll be fine. Let's see. Oh no. Maybe wings for men will make a comeback, or raw vanilla from Cody. I think raw vanilla from Cody would be an interesting option if that came back. That would be really cool. Oh, my current cheaper sleeper is CK Defy, the Eau de Parfum. Nobody is wearing that one, but it is great. Okay. I appreciate that. I haven't tried that. I'm glad you appreciate it, though. Awesome. Okay. Unbelievable. And you know what, guys? After reading some of your comments about how you missed a lot of what I was saying because my shit was muted, that's annoying because I was really showing you, well, I wanted you to see how so many different important major retailers are literally on their websites are showing nothing but bestseller fragrances that are the same from every store. So Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus, Saks, Macy's, they're all selling the same top selling fragrances. So that was just me trying to show you all that the same fragrances are being sold by completely different retailers And it goes to show you that everyone is just following the leader and just smelling like everyone else. That was the reason why I was showing you that. I'm so sorry that my audio cut out at that point. Hopefully I'll figure it out, and when I'm doing things like that in the future, that won't happen. I should have just did this. Maybe this would work, but I don't know. I should have did like, you can see what I'm doing. I'm bugging out, but yeah. But I'm glad you all stuck around and checked this out. Do me a favor, guys. Can you all please hit the like button while you're here? Let me know that you appreciate the live so far and that it worked out. Thank you so much. Ruth, let's hear. At Marty Smith, turn off notifications from perfume-related YouTube videos and get away from Facebook groups, etc. Treat this like a drug addiction, so you won't feel the urge to get more. Absolutely, Ruth. A great suggestion. I tell people all the time, if you have a problem with fragrance addiction, the last thing you need to do is watch the latest top 10 video to mow your lawn. You just don't need that. That's stress in your life. You just don't. Hey, nice. What's up, Eric? Hey, E at work trying to chat and listen. Great to see you back. Thank you so much, E. I appreciate you, brother. You're the man. You're the man. We definitely got to connect, my man. Hope you're well. Sephora is terrible with only showing bestsellers for the first 15 pages. Yeah. I just don't get. I just find that crazy interesting how so many brands, so many different stores are all selling the same thing. And yet all these different stores have hundreds of options that are some of the most amazing hidden gems in perfumery. And yet every person buying fragrances online are just buying their best friend's scent, the scent they smelled on, in the elevator, on the train, literally every day. Like, it just blows my mind how we just go on autopilot when it comes to thinking. When it comes to choosing a fragrance, we don't choose. We just let others choose for us. And that's not how you smell your best. That's how you smell like your people or your people's people. Doesn't make sense. My fragrance blind buying game has been pretty on point recently. It can be tough to stop when you're on a roll. Okay, Norwin, you need to stop right now. Norwin, stop buying blind buys. Stop going online and buying fragrances. You need to stop right now, because that comment makes me nervous, bro. That comment makes me very, very nervous. Like, you need to chill. You need to chill, for real. Because you know what it is also? Buying fragrances online, what happens is you're waiting to get that package. I know people who, when they were in their fragrance, and when they were really in their fragrance journey, I know people who would take off days of work when they know a package was coming to their house that day. Like, when you're taking days off work so that you could be present to pick up a package from the mail person, you have serious addiction problems. So you don't want to blind buy. You don't want to. That's why I tell people, if you have issues with fragrance addiction, just stop buying fragrances online. Stop it. The first thing you need to do, stop buying fragrances online and stop using your credit card to purchase perfume. If you can stop buying fragrances online and stop using credit cards to purchase perfume, your fragrance addiction will come overnight. Because that's one of the things that really fuels that addiction part. It's, like, oh my God, I can't wait to get that new fragrance. I can't wait to smell that new fragrance. I can't wait to put it on my skin. I can't wait till it gets here, and then it's here, and then it's like, oh, I can't wait to get that next fragrance. That, you bought it and you just sprayed it once, you put it on your skin a couple of days, and then you put it on a shelf somewhere, and now your focus is on the next best thing. Got to get out that wheel. Got to get off that wheel, that hamster wheel of, I got something amazing. Now what's next? Like, you got to get out that mindset. You got to want to say, okay, that's amazing. Now let me enjoy it. Now let me wear it. Let me get into it. You don't need a new best thing when you just bought something amazing, and again, it's a wheel. Get off it ASAP. Let's see. You can also sell the fragrances you don't wear alike anymore. Yes, I could. You could definitely do that. But I think I might, sell a couple of them for sure. But I think I might offer a couple of them to my audience, to you guys, basically. I legit stopped wearing Aventus. I legit stopped wearing my Aventus split because I would walk by at least 20 people there daily wearing Aventus or an Aventus cologne. Exactly. And that's the other thing about buying a best-selling fragrance. Not only are you buying the best-selling fragrance that everyone owns, but you're buying a fragrance that tons of brands are copying. So not only do you smell like a best-selling fragrance, you're smelling like clones of that same fragrance. So again, you smell like everyone else. You know how many copies of Baccarat Rouge there are? A lot. Tons. And honestly, everyone smells the same when they wear it, So I would honestly say, yeah, get off of that train ride, Stop buying the same scents over and over and over again. You don't need them. You really don't. I gotta also say, I kind of like Aventus by Creed. I still love Aventus by Creed, and I honestly do feel like no other Creed clone smells better than it, except for probably Hashivat. Hashivat, on point. But I gotta say, I still kind of appreciate Aventus more. Maybe because it's the original. I have a thing. I think originals are always better than their clones. Even if their clones smell better, I always give it to the original because the clone was inspired. So the inspiration can't be better than the original because it was inspired by the original. Yeah. Yeah. Don't let it call you, my man. Don't let it call you. Bottom line, guys, take the time out to get your nose on things that most people ignore. And again, you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. You don't have to spend a ton of money to smell interesting. You don't have to smell like everyone else to smell good. Okay? Trust your taste. Most perfumes are made to smell amazing. Fragrances are made to smell good. Fragrances aren't made to smell bad on purpose, right? Every fragrance smells good to someone. Every fragrance smells bad to someone. So even if you're thinking you're in a safe place by buying that best-selling scent, you're still going to smell bad to a lot of people, especially if you wear it wrong. So at the end of the day, get away from the bestseller. Focus on things that people don't usually focus on. If you need suggestions, come on this channel some more often, and I'll offer you some that will not have you smelling common. There are a few other reviewers that I would also say to consider if you don't want to smell common. Robes08 or Mark, great channel. The Perfume Guy, Sebastian Jara, great channel. Eugenius, I forgot his channel name. Really good guy that will offer you options that aren't the most popular. I really dig his taste too. Steven from Redolescence, he'll give you things that are popular and things you need to know about. And he'll give you things that no one talks about, no one knows about. There's a lot of balance in Steven's channel, even though a lot of people don't appreciate that balance. But yeah, there are a few YouTubers out there who will definitely give you some really good advice in terms of fragrances and have you smelling interesting, not just typical. But wait, Dua is better than the originals because they work with chemists and have beast mode performance. Oh, and blend hybrid Frankenstein versions so perfectly. Okay, I'm not going to get on your do a hate train. I'm sorry, you're on that train alone. I don't hate Dua. I'm not support. I don't support Dua. I don't hate on Dua. I think Dua is a brand that will benefit some people. Personally, though, I just feel that clone houses are just, it's a form of thievery. It's a form, like I'm a small business person and I sell a product that my business that's original to my business. If my business product was copied by other people and sold by those brands, I would be absolutely livid. And it's so sad that perfumers are one of the only artists in the world of creativity that can get their creativity knocked off with impunity without any issue. I just think that's wrong. I just think it's wrong. A person spends hours to create an idea and a concept, and then someone just copies it and sells it for a much cheaper price. When that person put time, effort, and energy into creating something amazing, that's like, it's immoral, to be honest with you, you know? So yeah, I don't find clones to be worth my time at this stage of my fragrance journey. But I will say this though, I would be open to a clone brand that only focused on clones of fragrances that have been lost because they're either discontinued or they've been reformulated so badly that they don't smell like their original self. If you created a brand that made clones of fragrances that you can't get anymore because brands did the dumb thing and discontinued them because of whatever reason, if you are a clone house and you are remaking only those scents, not scents that I can easily go out and get right now, I think I would consider that, because you're not stepping on toes, you're not stealing, and you're not competing with an original idea or concept. You're literally just keeping a memory alive, you know, because perfumes are memories. And when our fragrances get reformulated or discontinued, it feels as if someone has changed our memories. It feels like someone deleted our memories, our loved experiences that a fragrance reminds us of. So yes, I think a brand that focused on, you know, discontinued, reformulated fragrances as a clone house, I would probably consider that brand. But if you're making what's on the market, but you're just adding more bergamot, I mean, the house itself does that. You know, that's called a flanker. I don't need your remake. I don't need your copy of that. You know, that's insane to me. This is a really awesome comment. One good thing about living in the middle of nowhere, not hard to smell unique. Anything not sweaty and BO is unique here. I love that. I absolutely love that. Absolutely, brother. Definitely where you live. If you live in Maine, if you live in like Wisconsin, if you live in Rhode Island, if you live in states that aren't like that don't have large populous cities in them, you're not going to run into your fragrance on most people. You could even wear Baccarat Rouge in a lot of places in this country, and you'll smell original to most people in where you're from. So I think you made a really, really great point, Verduresco. I didn't think about that, but I could consider a bestseller if I'm somewhere nowhere no one is, you know. I could wear Baccarat Rouge in Montana. Who's wearing Baccarat Rouge in Montana, you know? Me, if I live there. So yeah, like that's a great point. Depending on where you live, you might smell like a unicorn to most people. And in that case, that's not a bad consideration, you know? If you love it, bottom line, wear what you love, you know? But don't be influenced to love what everyone else loves. You know, think critically and consciously about what goes on your skin. But yeah, great comment. I really dig that. um, let's see. My best advice would be to look into smaller perfume houses and perfumers that are easily accessible through social media. You can chat up the actual perfumers and get fresh takes on notes. Great point, Elliot. I think a lot of independent brands that are not really focused on or talked about, I think they make great suggestions or great destinations for you if you're looking to smell interesting and not common. Absolutely. A lot of the more, like a lot of new brands, a lot of brands that people aren't up on yet, those are the brands that I look to. Those are the brands that I look for first, personally speaking. Great advice, Elliot. Appreciate that. Imitsu, which let's see. I love a clap back. Imitsu, what you're overlooking is that for a lot of us, fragrances have become an adult form of baseball card collecting. Definitely understand that. Definitely understand that. But like I always say, and I said this before, you'd never add things to your collection unless it makes your collection better. And if you're just buying a bunch of like expected fragrances that everyone wears and loves, that's not collecting. You're just hoarding. You're obsessive. You're buying a lot and you're hoarding, you know. To me, collecting is thoughtful. It's considerate. It's, you know, this makes my collection so much better, so I'm getting it. This makes my collection worse. I don't need it. That's what collectors do. Art collectors don't add frivolous art to their walls. It has to be an addition, a worthy addition to what they have for them to have it. And I think perfume collectors, if we think in the same way, we don't lose. Take a look at Sebastian. The guy is sitting with 4,000 bottles. Sebastian is not you or I. Well, he's similar to me in the sense that we're fragrance reviewers. We are connoisseurs of perfume. We're people who we're people that are truly passionate about fragrances. Sebastian and myself, we're not doing videos so that we can be popular. We're not doing videos to make a ton of money. We're doing videos because we really want to help people smell their best. And you can tell that Sebastian really cares to help people smell their best. And I do as well. So yeah, he does have a ton of bottles, but if he didn't have all those bottles, he probably wouldn't be as effective in what he does, which is helping people smell their best. And I think Sebastian does an amazing job at doing that. 8 backup bottles of Dior Homme Parfum. That's that's excessive. That's like really out there. Like, that's yeah, that's a lot. I don't get it, but wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Sebastian is going really hard. 4,000 bottles? Ouch. But then again, he doesn't pay for them all. A lot of them are definitely, a lot of the fragrances that Sebastian receives are sent to him because people value his opinion and want him to help push their line and brand. Again, which makes sense because if I had a perfume line, he would be one of the first people I'd want to appreciate it and experience it and hopefully talk about it. So, you know, Sebastian is amazing. Really good guy too. So yeah. So guys, I really am so grateful. I really appreciate you all for coming through to this live stream. We're chatting about best-selling fragrances and why they make usually the worst options for most people. And I have to say, I hope you all have had some, you know, some fuel for thought to consider breaking away from the monotony of smelling like these guys. And also, notice how they all look the same. You don't think they're copying each other? Look, these are bestsellers that not only smell like everyone, but they smell like each other. They're essentially copies of each other. And honestly, everybody is following this leader, to be honest. Chanel is the brand that everybody is trying to be when it comes to this brand, I should say. This brand wants to be this brand really badly. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. I really, really am grateful for you all. Please hit the comment, hit the like buttons before you jump off. Come back and leave a comment in the comment section. Share this video. Help people find my channel. I am very, very grateful for all of you, and it's always amazing to be on this channel and share my passion with the most awesome community in the perfume community. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so, so grateful for you as an audience. I really, really am. Have an amazing, amazing day. Have an amazing evening. Kiss your loved ones, kiss your kids, kiss your wife, kiss your husbands. Love everyone you go home to see. Show them love. And I hope you all have an amazing evening and an amazing, amazing dinner. I'm going to go home and I'm going to like really, really fatten myself up. Thank you so much, Gunna. Stay blessed. And let's see, one more comment from my man Elliot, who's been on fire. Most of my favorite frag personalities have gone semi-silent. My main actors are Steven at Redo and Gent Sense. Nice. No comment. No comment at all. No comment at all. I'm glad you like what you like, though. Oh, my man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Elliot. Love the quality work, E. Hopefully, I get to be in that list of favorite frag personalities, you know. Hopefully, I'm on that list. I'll work for it. And I won't focus you on top 10 videos to take a shower with, or top 10 videos to oh God, top 10 fragrances to walk up a flight of stairs. Like, yeah. Anyway. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you have an amazing one. It was a pleasure. I'll see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Don't know what the topic will be, but I think it's going to be about I think I might talk about like Bergdorf Goodman exclusive fragrances and which ones that I think are so awesome or which ones I would consider. We'll see. Anyway, as always, come to Bergdorf Goodman if you're in New York. I'd love to meet you and give you a tour of the store and focus your attention on stuff you'll love so you can consider things going forward that will have you not focused on bestsellers. If you're looking for an amazing experience where you can consider awesome fragrances that everyone isn't going to know about, please come to Bergdorf Goodman and allow me to give you that awesome, awesome time. It is going to be fun. And who knows, maybe I can treat you to lunch at one of the awesome, awesome restaurants here at Bergdorf. I really, really want to meet a lot of you. And a lot of you have already started coming to the store, so it's an amazing pleasure. So I want to keep encouraging that. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you all next Wednesday. You guys be safe. Peace.